Hello again and welcome to another Star Wars figure review. Next up for today we're going to be taking a look at another Clone Wars figure. This time around it's a recently released Toys R Us exclusive. Quite an interesting character and figure, this one. It's not something that Hasbro have really attempted before. And it's this guy here, the behemoth Kul Teska. Quite an interesting looking character. Definitely an interesting looking figure. This guy stands at over 6 inches tall, or around 6 inches tall. Not sure whether it's over, I haven't actually measured him yet, but he does tower over all the other Star Wars figures. Definitely the biggest one that Hasbro have produced. This guy appears in the Clone Wars Republic Heroes video game, so I don't really know that much about the character. I will inform you of what I've learnt about him so far. I do have Republic Heroes, but I just never get around to playing it, so like I said, I really don't know that much about this guy, but I will try my best to inform you. So without further ado, we're going to look at the packaging that this guy comes in. Now, Kul Teska's packaging does differ somewhat to the standard Clone Wars figures. This is more like a presentation box than a normal figure packet. As you can see on the front there, you've got the Toys R Us exclusive foil sticker. Versions of this in the UK don't actually have that. This version was sent to me by a mate in the States, so all the US versions have the foil sticker, whereas the UK ones don't. This figure was released around late August, early September, and he's still clogging pegs at the minute, and at the retail price that he's selling at, I really don't, I'm not baffled as to why that is, because this guy will set you back $15 if you're in the US, and obviously the same price if you're living in the UK. So quite an expensive figure, but you do get a lot of plastic for your money, so I guess it's balanced out to an extent. I'll quickly read you from the back. Kul Teska is a villainous Skakoan scientist working for the Separatists during the Clone Wars. Because his home planet of Skako has an extremely dense atmosphere, he wears a protective suit to survive in low-pressure environments on other worlds. His specially designed armoured suit has integrated rocket launchers and concealed shoulder blasters. So, judging by the bio on the back of the packaging, this guy is a Skakoan, and of course Star Wars fans all know the Skakoans as the species that Wat Tambor belongs to, so this guy is of the same species. If you look on the top of the packaging, you've got the As Seen in Republic Heroes label, which signifies that this guy's not from the series. As far as I'm aware, basically what happened with Kul Teska is that he was working on some sort of experiment and it went wrong, like with most supervillains, whether it be in comic books or video games or in films or whatever. Something went wrong and he ended up being enlarged for whatever reason. He was inside this suit at normal size and something went wrong and he was just, he just increased in size, and that's why we have him as he is. But as I said, he's an absolutely huge figure. I've actually got an attack commander on display here, and I will just show you the size difference. Look at that. He is huge. Very, very big figure. As much as I like this guy, I think for the $15 or £15 price point that this one's selling at, I think that Hasbro could have included a little bit more with him. I'm assuming he doesn't use a blaster in the video game, so kind of logical that he doesn't come with a blaster. I don't know, he just looks a little lackluster. It doesn't look like there's enough to him to warrant the higher price point. Articulation's fantastic, and the overall look of the figure's great, but I just think they could have included a little bit more with him. I will quickly run through the articulation for you. He has a swivel neck, ball hinged shoulders and elbows. He has a swivel wrist on this side. He also has swivel hips, ball hinged knees and ball hinged ankles. As you can see, this arm is sort of a minigun type weapon, so there's no articulation in that, but it does come off. It's removable. Not entirely sure why, whether that happens in the game or not, I'm not sure. But it comes off anyway. He also has what I'm assuming are like repulsor lift jets in his shoulders. Because from what I gather, this guy does fly around in the Republic Heroes video game. As you can see, he's got those there. And also, as the back of the packaging denotes, he does have concealed shoulder blasters, which aren't exactly spectacular, but it adds a little bit of fun to the figure. So there he is. As you can see, he's got this really nice sort of metallic finish to his suit of armour. Very nice purpley and gold colour. Or is it blue? I don't know. I'm colourblind. I called Kiadimundi's lightsaber purple, so what do I know? But yeah, he's got this really nice colour scheme going on. Very, very cool indeed. Really do like him. Before I do forget, like with all of the 2010 Clone Wars figures and figure and vehicle packs and battle packs and so on and so forth, this guy does indeed come with a battle game card and stand. There it is. And obviously you've got the dice included as well, which I've shown you in past reviews. So doesn't really need the stand. He stands up pretty well on his own. He's a pretty hefty figure, so he doesn't really need the aid of a display stand. He does stand up alright on his own. And for the most part, I recommend this guy. If you're a fan of the Clone Wars, definitely pick him up. If you're not so keen on the animated characters, then I would probably give this one a miss. He does fit in with the realistic style characters, but considering he never makes any appearances either in the films or in the comic books or anything like that, I'd just skip this one if you're not a fan of the Clone Wars. Especially at the price that this one's going for at the minute. It's quite extortionate, but still a very nice figure to pick up. If he ever goes on clearance, then I'd definitely recommend getting him. So there we go, that's Kul Teska from the Clone Wars line. Hope you enjoyed having a look at this figure, and I'll be back with another Toys R Us exclusive for you next, so stay tuned for that. And until my next review, keep collecting, and may the Force be with you.